What's up, y'all? What's good? It's Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. If you could, please hit that like button, subscribe button, stay up to date for future Teachable Tuesdays content. And this week, I just want to talk to you guys. I know I said it was not going to be any serious, but I want to do like a little two-part serious video about relationships because, you know, I love talking about relationships on here, even though that's not really what this channel is mainly about. It's obviously about motivational content. But these ideas came about because I think a lot of people in the dating scene, especially those individuals that are not currently in relationships, they struggle a lot with understanding, number one, how to find that right individual, quote unquote, but also number two, how can they be prepared? So again, this is gonna be like a two-part video. This is the first part, and this part is going to talk about how can you attract the caliber of a man or a woman that you want to attract, right? And it's very simple. And I'm gonna pretty much answer that question with a couple of questions of my own to you. Number one, are you constantly improving yourself on a daily basis? The reason why I bring it up is because a better version of you is a better version for everybody. Everybody that you encounter, everybody that you have currently encountered, and whatever else may happen in the future, right? So the more you are spending time working on yourself, the more you are spending time with self-improvement, the more you are enhancing your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, your physical, your financial, the more you will be in a better position to be with somebody that you desire to be with. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have everything together. Let me make that perfectly clear. But I do think that every man or woman, but especially my fellas, needs to have a certain level of a foundation before you go about pursuing or allowing yourself to be pursued by someone that you take interest in, right? Everybody has to come with something to the table, both men and both women. And if you're not aiming to be the best version of yourself, then do you think you deserve the best of what you can get? Probably not. So that's something that you should think about. Number two, in order to attract the best individual for you, you need to realize what you want. Point blank, period. What I want you to do right now, as you're watching this video, and you can write this down or you can pause the video and then continue afterwards. Either way is fine, or just do it after the video. But at some point, right, as I'm saying this, if you haven't already done so, I need you to do me a favor. Go ahead and write down the pros and the cons in terms of what you would desire in a partner versus what you don't desire. So your pros being, these are the things that I desire, right? So I want this type of man. I want this type of woman. I hope that she is a part of this religion, or he works in this caliber of a field, or whatever the case may be. Write them all down, no matter what's on your mind, all right? Realistic or unrealistic, write them down. Then I want you to write down the things you do not desire in a man or a woman. The things that are non-negotiable, the things where you're just like, no way, Jose, I ain't going. I cannot have these qualities in a man. I cannot have these qualities in a woman. Maybe that man is not emotionally intelligent enough. Maybe that woman is too combative. Maybe that man works too much. Maybe that woman has kids. Maybe that woman is too feisty. Maybe that man is too nonchalant. Whatever those qualities are that you don't desire in a partner, put them down. Then, after you're done listing your pros and cons, or non-negotiables, however you choose to list them, I want you to go back to your pros and list what is realistic versus what is not. Because I'm going to be real. Sometimes we be listing some unrealistic expectations, and that's part of where we go wrong. Once you've done that, look over that list again. And then next time you decide to pursue a woman, fellas, or ladies, you decide to allow yourself to be pursued by a man, refer back to that list. If it's somebody that I'm not saying they have to have all the qualities checked off, but if they have a decent amount, go for it. If they have a lot of the cons or non-negotiables, especially if it's non-negotiables, even if it's just one, then that's something that you know that you shouldn't be allowing, right? So many times we settle for people that we ain't have no business being with, and therefore we're not attracting the right person because it's like, oh, they got everything else. But when you have something that's a strong non-negotiable, if that's your non-negotiable, why are you allowing it to happen? So for example, I'm a Christian, right? I'm a believer in Yahweh the Most High. I can't date a woman that is not a Christian. That's a non-negotiable for me, right? So she can have all the wonderful qualities I'm looking for in a woman. She could be smart. She could be kind-hearted. She could be non-combative. She could be very ambitious. But if she's an atheist, we're not going to work because we have two different principles, right? So you want to think about things like that when it comes to attracting the best person that you can possibly get. And I'm going to give you one more. The third thing that you have to do if you want to attract the best person for you is you have to be sure that you have done the work to let go of your past. Now, the reason why I bring this up as a big deal is because sometimes our past hinders us from an amazing future. There are things beyond our horizon that we can't see yet that are beautiful, that are amazing, that are wonderful. But you can't see those things because you have so many dark clouds in your life based on situations that have happened in the past, based on trauma. Now, I'm not saying those situations and that trauma was your fault, but what I am saying is you can't allow that to hold you back from the person you're supposed to be with. Or better yet, you could potentially be with an ideal individual, but because you're so busy wondering if that person gonna hurt you, or that person gonna do you dirty, or that person gonna do the same like the last, or all men do this, or all women do this, now you're not gonna get the person that you want because the person gonna see that and they're gonna walk away. When you have an individual that is very much secure in themselves, what they believe in, they have principles and moral values in which they stand on, they can easily see when an individual is pushing them away, or when an individual has too much fluff in their life and therefore doesn't have enough room for you. And they will leave immediately, right? Now, some of y'all might be like, well, I need somebody to work through what I got. I'm not perfect and so on and so forth. Yes, I feel you. Nobody's perfect. What you have to also understand is there's a difference between not perfect and not working on yourself to get past things that will hinder you. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody's asking you to be perfect. Nobody's asking you to have it all together. Nobody's expecting you to not have a past with certain things. But if you want a healthy relationship, especially a healthy God-given relationship, you got to continuously, actively work on those things. If that means you need to spend some time being single before you jump into a relationship, do it. If that means you need to go get therapy, do it. If that means you need to isolate yourself for a little bit until you get to the point where you're good. 1 second. My bad. My Nike app going off, get my walk in. But if that's the case with you, do it. All right. So those are different ways in which you can attract the individual that you would like to. And come back here later on this week. I'm going to do a part 2. Matter of fact, screw it. I'm going to do the jump tomorrow. Why not? We here, right? So come back for part 2, where in part 2, I'm going to tell you about the ways you can avoid, because today we talked about the ways you can attract the partner that you want. Now I'm going to tell you the individuals that you should avoid at all costs. All right? Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Love you guys. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon.